Hey guys. So I had a discussion with a friend today, and we were discussing um, pretty much entrepreneurship in America compared to other countries. And what I kind of realized was that how grateful I am to actually exist and have been raised in America with their entrepreneurial mindset. Nowhere is there more encouragement and resources and the ability to create your own business, especially small business. And in the past, we've actually had the most successful inventions created here and innovations created here. Um, people may argue it's Europe, but honestly, I can't give you like a definite like side by side comparison. But if you think about the companies that are American companies and innovation pretty much that came from America over the 20th century, it really does lead the way in other countries. Not in other countries also, you know, in Europe, there's a lot less tolerance for risk than in America. Like Americans literally the stereotype is kind of true. I mean, there's Americans that will start with nothing and refuse jobs in order to risk starting up their own business and pursue a dream. Now, I'm not saying there's not extreme income inequality here, because there is in America, and in Europe, there is more of a safety net. But look at it. Um, if you really do look at the situation, though, it's where the chance of success of people succeeding based on the psychological mindsets really are greater in America than even in England or mainland Europe, just because we don't have the law of the social safety net as much in America as they do in Europe. So there's a lot more ability to be content or to settle down in Europe or have safety, like in Sweden, Norway, where you might you're not gonna you're never gonna be starving, but again, you may be robbed of the opportunity to be put in adverse conditions where you have to thrive, like in America. And even though it does seems like it would be a bad thing, you know, that suffering and being in a bad place leads to extreme innovation. Um, and I didn't realize even just how poor and ridiculous China is because of the way that they operate their economy, how it's a command economy based on the government top down, and how that's ridiculous, and how most of that economy is based on copycat mechanisms. They don't actually produce anything. They try to copy really what America did, and it's already done. So America is like kind of in this weird place where we're leading. We're going, we're hardcore in the information age, and we need to be teaching ourselves based on this, I guess. So I'm on a rant, but what do you guys think? I mean, when you think of entrepreneurs and you think of all these giants that came here in the 18th century, 19th century, 20th century, and all the innovation that has happened, it's pretty damn amazing. Not that Europe doesn't have, or Japan has, not that they don't have their own products, but I would argue that the United States specifically has had the most innovation, the largest companies come from this country. People flock to this country from other countries and create businesses. So it's not by Americans only, it's by immigrants. So it's really just a really cool thing. And instead of being down on America, which sometimes I can get, think about, Henry Ford, and think about, the Carnegies, think about the Rockefellers, think about, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Google. Think about all these great people who have really just led the way. So it's really cool. I just, let's not get down on America. Let's think about all the cool things it has and all the great innovation that has occurred here. So that's that for today, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I love you.